started. It was 5 o'clock, and Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco.
Wow.
When was Alan riding his motorcycle?
At 5 o'clock.
Well, at 5 o'clock, right? At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle. Was Alan riding his car?
No.
Or was Alan riding his motorcycle?
Alan was riding his
Of
motorcycle.
course, Alan was riding his motorcycle. Where was Alan riding his motorcycle?
In San Francisco.
In San Francisco. Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. When was he riding?
At 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, Alan was riding his motorcycle in San Francisco. He was riding down Van Ness Street and came to a stoplight.
Wow.
Who was riding down Van Ness Street?
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street.
Alan was riding down Van Ness Street. What was he riding on? On a motorcycle. He was riding on his motorcycle. Was he riding down Market Street?
No, he wasn't riding
No,
down
not
Market
Market
Street.
Street. He wasn't riding down Market Street. Was he riding down Lombard Street? No, he wasn't riding down Lombard Street.
No,
He
he
was
was
riding
riding down
down
Van Ness Street.
Van Ness Street. When? When was he riding down Van Ness Street?
At 5 o'clock.
At 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, he was riding down Van Ness Street. Who was riding down Van Ness Street?
Alan
At
riding
5
down
o'clock.
Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock.
Alan. Alan was riding down Van Ness Street at 5 o'clock. Was he in a truck?
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't in
No,
a truck.
he wasn't.
He was on his motorcycle. And he came to a stoplight.
Wow.
Did Alan come to a go light?
No, Alan came to a stoplight.
No. He didn't come to a go light. He came to a stoplight. We never say go light. We only say stoplight. Who came to a stoplight?
Alan came to a stoplight.
Alan, of course. Alan came to a stoplight. What was he on when he came to a stoplight?
On motorcycle. He
A
on when
motorcycle.
he came
He
to a
was
stoplight.
on a motorcycle when he came to a stoplight. Where was the stoplight?
On Van Ness Street.
Well, on Van Ness Street. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street. Was the stoplight on Embarcadero Street?
No.
Or was the stoplight on Van Ness Street?
The stoplight was on Van Ness Street.
Van Ness, of course, Van Ness. The stoplight was on Van Ness Street. Who was at the stoplight?
Alan was the stoplight.
Alan was at the stoplight. Which city was Alan in?
In San Francisco.
Of course. Alan was in San Francisco. Where is Van Ness?
In San Francisco.
Well, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Of course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Is Van Ness Street in New York? Or is Van Ness Street in San Francisco?
Van Ness is in San
Of
Francisco.
course, Van Ness Street is in San Francisco. Where was Alan riding?
On Van Ness Alan riding. Alan was
Was riding.
riding.
On Van Ness Street in San Francisco. And he came to a stoplight. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him.
Wow.
Did the red Ferrari pull up behind him?
No. A red Ferrari pulled up
No,
next
no,
to
no,
Alan.
not behind him. The red Ferrari pulled up next to him. What pulled up next to Alan?
A red Ferrari pulled up next to
A
Alan.
red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. Did Alan pull up next to a red Ferrari?
No. A red Ferrari pulled up
No,
next to
no, no.
Alan.
Alan didn't pull up next to a red Ferrari. A red Ferrari pulled up next to him. Where did the red Ferrari pull up next to Alan?
At the stoplight on Van Ness Street
At a
in San
stoplight.
Francisco.
On Van Ness Street. At a stoplight on Van Ness Street, a red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. Was Alan in a red Ferrari?
No. Alan was
No, no, no. Alan
motorcycle.
wasn't in a red Ferrari. He was on a motorcycle. Alan was on a motorcycle. What did the red Ferrari do?
A red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan.
Well, it pulled up next to Alan. The red Ferrari pulled up next to Alan. The driver was wearing dark sunglasses.
Wow.
So, Alan was wearing dark sunglasses. No,
No.
no, 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 not Alan. Alan wasn't wearing dark sunglasses. Who was wearing dark sunglasses?
A red Ferrari. The driver.
The driver of the Ferrari. The driver of the Ferrari was wearing dark sunglasses, not Alan.
Yes.
The driver looked over at Alan.
No.
Did the driver look behind Alan?
No. The driver
No, no, no.
looks over
He
at
looked
Alan.
over at Alan. Who looked over at Alan?
The driver.
The driver of the Ferrari looked over at Alan. Did Alan look over at the driver?
Yes.
Yes, he did. Alan also looked over at the driver. Who was the driver? Tom Cruise! Tom Cruise was the driver. Alan looked over at the driver and realized that the driver was Tom Cruise.
Wow.
Who was the driver of the Ferrari?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was the driver of the Ferrari. Who was the motorcycle rider?
Alan was the motorcycle.
Alan. Alan was the motorcycle rider. And Tom Cruise was the driver of the Ferrari? Who looked over at Alan?
Tom Cruise looked over at Alan.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise looked over at Alan. What was Tom Cruise wearing?
Tom Cruise was wearing dark sunglasses.
Sunglasses. Tom Cruise was wearing dark sunglasses. Was Alan wearing dark sunglasses?
No.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't.
Alan wasn't wearing dark sunglasses. Tom Cruise was wearing dark sunglasses. And he looked over at Alan. Tom sneered at Alan.
Wow.
Oh no. Did Tom smile?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Tom didn't smile. He sneered at Alan. Was Tom friendly and nice?
No.
No, he wasn't friendly and nice. He sneered at Alan. Did Alan sneer at Tom Cruise?
No.
Or did Tom Cruise sneer at Alan?
Tom Cruise sneered at Alan.
Well, Tom Cruise sneered at Alan. After he sneered, what did Tom Cruise say?
Tom Cruise says, when the light
He
turns
said,
green, let's
when the light
race.
turns green, let's race. After he sneered at Alan, Tom Cruise said, when the light turns green, let's race. Did Tom want to race?
Yes, Tom wants to
Yes,
race.
of course. He has a Ferrari. He wanted to race. Alan said, all right, you're on. Did Alan agree to race Tom?
Yes.
Yes, he agreed. He said, you're on. Did Tom say, you're on? No, Tom didn't say, you're on. Alan said, you're on. Alan agreed
Wow.
to race.
Yes.
Who said, you're on?
Alan says, Zorons. All right.
Alan said, you're on.
All right.
What did Alan agree to do?
After to race, Tom.
Alan agreed to race Tom.
Cruise.
He said, you're on. Tom said, I'm gonna smoke you, sucker.
Wow.
Did Tom say he would beat Alan?
Yes, Tom
Yes,
wanna
he
smoke
did. He
you.
said, I'm gonna smoke you. I'm gonna beat you. Did Tom say he would win? Yes, he said he would win. He said, I'm gonna smoke you. Who was Tom gonna smoke?
Alan. Tom gonna smoke
Alan.
you, Alan.
Tom was gonna smoke Alan. Was Tom gonna smoke Schwarzenegger? No, Tom wasn't gonna smoke Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Tom was gonna smoke Alan.
Yes.
Was Tom gonna smoke Alan at football?
No.
Soccer?
No.
No. He wasn't gonna smoke Alan at football or soccer. He was gonna smoke Alan in a
the
race. In a race. He was gonna smoke Alan in a race. Was Tom nice and polite?
No, sucker.
No, he said sucker. He called
Said
Alan
sucker.
sucker. Is sucker a nice, polite word?
No.
No, it's not. It's not polite. It's not nice. He said, I'm gonna smoke you, sucker. Alan said, you wish. I'm gonna beat you and your sorry ass car.
Wow.
Did Tom have a very, very nice car?
No, sorry ass car.
No, he did not have a nice car. He had a sorry ass Ferrari. A sorry ass car.
Yes.
What kind of car did Tom have?
Tom has
Ah,
sorry
yeah,
ass car,
sorry ass
bad
car.
car.
Low
Bad
quality
car,
car.
old car.
Bad car. Cheap car.
Car.
Is a Ferrari a nice car?
No.
No, it's a sorry ass car. Ferraris are sorry ass cars. Did Alan like Tom's car?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Alan thought it was a sorry ass car.
Yes.
Who had a sorry ass car?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise had a sorry ass car. Did Alan have a sorry ass motorcycle?
No. No.
No, Alan had a great motorcycle. But Tom had a sorry ass car. Alan and Tom waited at the light. They revved their engines. Vroom, 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 vroom.
Wow.
Who revved their engines?
Alan and Tom Cruise.
Alan and Tom. Alan and Tom revved their engines.
Yes.
Did they rev their bicycles?
No, they said their bicycle.
No, not possible. They didn't rev their
Engines.
bicycles. Of course not. They revved their engines. What did they rev?
They rev their
Their
engines.
They revved vroom, 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 their engines. Tom and Alan revved their engines. Suddenly, the light turned green. Alan and Tom took off.
Wow.
Did Alan and Tom start slowly?
No, quickly.
No, they didn't start slowly. They took off. They started quickly. They started very fast. Alan and Tom took off. What did Alan take off on?
His
Alan took
motorcycle.
off on his motorcycle. On his motorcycle. Alan took off on his motorcycle.
Car. Tom car.
What did Tom take off in?
Tom in car.
In his car. Tom took off in his car. Tom took off in his Ferrari. Did they stop or did they take off quickly?
No.
They
They
took
stop
off
quickly.
quickly. Why did Alan and Tom take off quickly?
They was in racing.
Oh, they took off quickly
Racing.
because they were racing, right? Of course, they took off quickly because they were racing. They zoomed down Van Ness at top speed.
Wow.
Who zoomed down Van Ness at top speed?
Alan and Tom.
Tom and Alan. Tom and Alan zoomed down Van Ness at top speed. When did they zoom down Van Ness?
After the light turned green.
After the light turned green. After the light turned green, they zoomed down Van Ness. Did they zoom down Van Ness before the light turned green
No.
or after the light turned green?
After the light turns green.
After, of course. They zoomed down Van Ness after the light turned green. Did they zoom down Lombard Street?
No.
No, they didn't zoom down Lombard Street.
Yes.
Which street did they zoom down?
After the light turns
Van
green.
Ness. They zoomed down Van Ness Street. Tom was winning. But suddenly, blue and red lights appeared behind Tom. It was the police. They pulled him over.
Wow.
Who pulled over Tom Cruise?
The police.
The police pulled over Tom Cruise. Who did the police pull over?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. The police pulled over Tom Cruise. Did the police pull over Alan?
No.
No. They didn't pull over Alan. They pulled over Tom Cruise. Why? Why did they pull over Tom Cruise?
Because Tom Cruise going too fast.
Well, because he
Fast.
was going too fast.
Fast.
He was going too fast.
Fast.
They pulled over Tom Cruise because he was going too fast. Who was going too fast?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise was going too fast. Alan zoomed past Tom.
Yes.
Did Tom zoom past Alan?
No. Alan zoom past
No.
Tom.
Tom didn't zoom
Past.
past Alan. Alan
Zoom
zoomed past
past
Tom.
Yes.
Why did Alan zoom past Tom?
The police pull
Well,
up.
because
The police pull
police
over Tom.
pulled over Tom. The police pulled over Tom. So
Yes.
Alan zoomed past Tom. Alan was laughing. Ha 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 ha! He yelled, "Better luck next time."
Wow.
When did Alan yell, "Better luck next time"?
He zoom past Tom.
He yelled as he zoomed past
Tom.
Tom. When he zoomed past Tom.